Previously, when Duke Almondite inquired if she had truly spent the night with patron Ernell, emphasizing Ernell's youth and good looks. To this, Princess Lewellyn sternly rebuked him, asserting that it was none of his business, and expressed her discomfort with his futile promises. And, as she took her leave, the Duke, feeling guilty, reminded her of the upcoming equestrian competition. Now from here, the scene opens on the equestrian ground filled with horses ranging from black to white. However, in a corner, the royal family is seated inside their tent, where Queen Pamela's mischievous dog steals the attention of the attendant ladies as he runs across the ground, taking the place of a horse. Meanwhile, the princess displays her dejected mood, prompting King Bastian to express concern about her well-being. This also draws the piercing glare of Queen Pamela, who directly asks the princess if her regular sad expression is due to dissatisfaction with the events hosted by the royal family. In response, the princess explains that she has a lot on her mind at the moment, but nothing else. Suddenly, King Bastian interrupts, suggesting to his mother not to be too harsh on the princess, and expresses his happiness to her, saying that he is glad to hear that she is not sick. With a smile, she wonders why she has never done anything better for him, considering he always cares for her so much. The princess's facial expression perplexes King Bastian, who blushingly responds and adds that why she is looking at him like that. Out of nowhere, Queen Pamela, upon seeing their close relationship, becomes visibly furious, resulting in her loudly shouting at the princess. This captures the perplexed attention of both of them. The queen's hands tremble as she tries to maintain her composure. Coldly, she reminds the princess about why she does not showcase her abilities by participating in the horse competition. With a loud voice, she announces that the princess is again going to participate today after a long time. Eventually, two attendants of Queen Pamela nod to each other at receiving the signal from their Queen Pamela to embarrass the princess. They start approaching by passing comments on the princess, expressing their delight to see her finally participating in the competition after such a long time. And by forming a saluting position, they plead with her to allow them to serve her. Upon confirming their intentions, she angrily reflects on how an ordinary countess dares to look down on her. Additionally, by directing her gaze in the direction of Queen Pamela, she resolves not to fall into their trap. Leading the way, these attendants encircle her from all directions. One of them questions the princess about why she wears the same clothes every day, on which the other one confirms, adding that indeed, her sleeves appear quite short on her. In response, the princess smirks and replies to them that it's all because of her own uneducated maids, explaining why she is in this situation. With a feigned gloomy expression, she adds sadly that she has nobody willing to be her chambermaid. The princess's comments prompt a specific attendant to fall into her trap, who expresses her condolences, stating that she cannot believe that nobody wants to be a chambermaid for a princess like her. In response, the princess, with a solemn expression, suggests the attendant about why does not she become her chambermaid. The attendant, upon realizing that she has completely fallen for the princess's words, she brushes it off, saying that she's not good enough for the princess. However, the princess pressures her by addressing her as Countess Rocher and mentioning that she would make a good chambermaid because her mother is an experienced chambermaid of Queen Pamela. Observing Countess Rocher's discomfort, the princess contemplates that the Rocher family is wealthy due to their textile business. Therefore, it would be a shame for her to become the chambermaid for a princess like her with no future. Suddenly, the other attendants come to the rescue of their accomplice, who is thoroughly shaken by the princess's piercing words. They express regret and apologizes to the princess, acknowledging that they have wasted her valuable time, and then take Countess Rocher away to help her recover from the impact. With the princess's plan succeeding, she mutters to herself about her another problem about not having a properly tamed horse for the competition, which could lead to her embarrassment in front of the royal audience. Dear viewers, sorry for interrupting, but for the better experience, make sure to watch the previous segments in the playlist linked at the end of this video. And if you're loving the content, help us reach 1,000 subscribers by hitting that subscribe button. Now, let's get back to the intriguing story. Eventually, a person grabs her attention, calling her princess, none other than the masculine Commander Tristan. Her eyes sparkle upon witnessing his muscular body that is covered by a tight black coat and thick legs clad in white breeches. She ponders that although his horse riding gear will make him stand out in front of everyone, but still, the trousers he is wearing are sewn faulty. The commander, at noticing her lost in her thoughts, calls her out once more, upon which she compliments him, saying that the clothes really suit him. But his expressionless face pressures her to contemplate that how she can say this when she was very cold to him last time. However, she feels mistaken in her thoughts because the commander doesn't seem to be in a bad mood. At approaching him, the princess inquires if he is also going to participate in the competition. In response, he confirms, saying yes because Sir Darnell, the leader of the White Knights, invited him. But wait, why are all these ladies gathered in a group with their eyes fixed on the commander? Well, they are charmed by his today's look and whisper among themselves, asking if there is a way to start a conversation with him. Eventually, Countess Rocher approaches him from behind by greeting him and asks about what brings him here, to which he rudely replies that he is here for the princess. Still, she advises him to distribute his focus on every lady present for today's competition and suggests speaking less formally for today's occasion. However, he brushes off her statement by lecturing her on how an attendant should never forget their position and must perform basic etiquette for the royal family. Moreover, he announces that he belongs to the category of attendants who consider etiquette as important as their life. Still, this stubborn lady changes the topic by asking him to spend his time teaching her about horse riding, as she does not know anything. But this time, he gives her a cold gaze and comments that he is not needed because there are others gentlemen desperate to help her out with this problem. Plus, he shifts his attention in the direction of the princess and asks her that if she is planning to get on a horse, then he is willing to help her. The commander's unexpected words make her ponder about why she complimented that his clothes suited him well and what she will do now to come out of this situation. After reflecting on the possible choices, and as she is in the process of speaking something, another gentleman saves the princess from her distress by interrupting them. Obviously, no one but Duke Almondite, who bows in front of her to offer his greetings, which prompts her to wonders about why he is here. Moreover, why only he shows up now. Still, the other women have the opposite response to the princess because they are happy to see the presence of the Duke. And why not? He is the man with rumors that he is elegant and handsome. The Duke states to the princess that he himself is in the process of getting away from the noise but does not expect to see her here. Meanwhile, the commander greets the Duke. The Duke, who is not quite happy to notice his presence, rebukes asking that why the commander is wearing the riding clothes of that of a noble, who is supposed to perform his duty to protect the princess. Plus, jokingly adds that Bryant is a wonderful country because the Duke was informed that the commander will be receiving the title of Baron soon. Witnessing the Duke's words disappoints the princess, who contemplates about why he cannot congratulate the commander in a simple way. Soon, a clash starts between the two of them where the commander asks the Duke about why he wants to meet the princess, to which the Duke replies that he has an appointment with her. Noting their piercing gazes pointing at each other with a feeling of not stepping back, makes her visibly worried. After their brief silence battle, they turn their faces in her direction at the same time, who maintains her composure with a long sigh and declares that she is happy to accept the Duke's offer to ride a horse with him, leaving an animated expression on the Duke's face and disappointing the commander on the other side. As the Duke gets recommended, he swiftly moves to the princess's side and states for them to take their leave. However, she plays her another card by stating that although she will ride with him, she cannot have the Duke walk the horse for her. For that, she asks the commander to come along with them as well, which hurts the Duke's feelings. As some time passes, the scene unfolds with the princess, the commander, and the Duke walking along in a particular direction where the Duke's heartbreak is evident in his face as he observes the two very close to each other. Finding herself in this situation, she contemplates that she can't let the Duke play his cards anymore. She adds that she can kill two birds with one stone because by doing this, the commander will come to know that he cannot have a close relationship with her, as his opponent is the Duke himself. Eventually, she asks the commander if it's true that the knights of the Zakat house start riding horses the moment they start walking. To this, the commander abruptly bursts into laughter. Seeing him like this, she wonders if this is her first time witnessing Sir Tristan laughing. The commander responds by apologizing to her and states that a weak child with no strength in his legs can't ride a horse. His reply makes her feel embarrassed. Catching sight of their facial expressions, the Duke seems his dejected feeling out of this world. Mockingly, the Duke asks the commander at what age he learned to ride a horse. In response, the commander remains silent for a moment and then turns his head away by stating, 5 years old, which annoys him. With a shocked expression, the princess compliments him by saying that she sees no difference between riding a horse at the age of 5 or in the state of a newborn baby, and if it's true, then it's amazing. Hearing the praising words from her, he gets embarrassed and smiles with a glowing face. However, this irritates the Duke, who gazes at them with a hollow expression, and further states to the commander that he is a very loyal knight. With a serious expression, he pleads him to take care of the princess as her knight. In response, the commander replies that he doesn't need the Duke's recommendation because he is doing his job very well. However, at the completion of the commander's words, there is a heavy atmosphere in the air. Meanwhile, the princess notices a familiar animal sound from a distance and in an instant starts running towards that direction. Upon arriving at a particular place, she discovers an elegant white-colored horse, whose name is Circle, who is her child-time horse, and upon finding each other after so many years, they rush towards each other and she hugs the horse by her face, expressing her feelings that she missed her so much. Witnessing this tender moment, the commander asks her if she likes horses very much. With a radiating smile, she states that she loves all kinds of animals, not just horses, which leaves both of them touched by this beautiful gesture of her. She further adds that she had many pets when she was young, including horses and other animals. The Duke reminds her, asking if she still wants to ride Circle after a long time because he thinks Circle would also love it. She hesitates for a bit, contemplating that it has been a while since she rode a horse and wonders if she will be able to do it. But unexpectedly, Circle also encourages the princess to ride her by tapping her shoulder. Coming close, the Duke assures her that he will hold Circle still while she climbs onto her. Witnessing his serious demeanor, she reminisces about her past where she used to practice horse riding with Circle and the Duke would routinely assist her. Additionally, she recalls how Circle only expressed love to her and displayed a certain level of hostility toward the Duke. Yet, the Duke never showed his anger but only smiled at them and then one day declared that he would give Circle to her when she fully grew up. However, this happiness of her came to an end with her mother's death sentence. Now, reality has changed to one filled with coldness that can never be reversed. Noticing her lost in thoughts, the commander steps in and asks to assist her in climbing onto Circle. Instead of taking his help, she puts her foot in the saddle and leaps onto Circle independently by surprising the commander, where he questions about how she knows to ride a horse, at which she responds that she has been riding since childhood. As we wrap up today's segment, thank you for being with us until the very end. I'll be sharing fresh videos of this manga and exciting new series every weekend. Your support is invaluable, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Your encouragement keeps the channel thriving, and I appreciate it immensely. Until next time, take care and goodbye.